The GPS led Miles to a stretch of forgotten forest in Virginia. Hidden behind a rusted chain-link fence and under decades of overgrowth was the entrance to an underground compound, once known as Echo Point, a place officially erased from federal records in 1994. Miles descended a cracked concrete stairwell lit by emergency lights still flickering after all these years. Elise was waiting at the bottom, flashlight in hand. "Did you bring a recorder?" "I brought my instincts," he answered. They walked silently through long, echoing halls lined with outdated monitors, sealed vault doors, and walls scratched with phrases like "tell the whole story" and "truth is a weapon." Elise explained, in 1987, this facility stored raw media surveillance from conflict zones. Journalists, spies, even senators, all of them recorded, edited, sanitized before broadcast. Echo was built to manipulate the record, not preserve it. In the command room, Miles found the final piece, a real-time data feed showing recent edits made to public records. Obituaries rewritten. Press statements replaced. News stories adjusted within hours of being published, and then Julia's name. She was marked as soft eliminated with a pending asset integration. Elise froze. "She's not dead," Elise muttered. "They took her in." Echo Point wasn't just a vault of secrets. It was active. Suddenly, an alarm blared. Doors began to lock down one by one. Someone had triggered containment protocol. They had 5 minutes before the compound sealed completely. Elise grabbed a metal case from under the command console and tossed it to Miles. "Inside is every file Echo ever touched. If we don't get out, you have to publish this. Bypass the paper. Leak it." As they ran, lights died behind them. Miles pushed through a ventilation shaft, emerging under moonlight, bruised and coughing dust. Elise didn't make it back in. DC, Miles broke the story under a ghost byline, the editor's cut. A 9,000-word expose, complete with raw video, leaked files, and audio tapes. Within hours, major networks denied everything. Some articles vanished, but millions had already. Read it, and then, an anonymous message. Morning came, but Julia never replied. Miles arrived early at the Sentinel. He tried to mask his anxiety behind habit, black coffee, red pen, front page edits. But something had shifted. By 9:12 a.m., the newsroom was crawling with unease. Julia's desk remained untouched. No one had seen her since last night. A voicemail blinked on Miles' office phone. He played it. "You've stepped into something deep. Tell Julia not to go looking where things were already buried. You get one chance to back out." Click. Miles knew they were being watched, possibly from inside the paper. That same afternoon, a junior reporter found the news servers unusually slow. IT claimed it was a scheduled patch. But Miles suspected otherwise. He opened the flash drive again, this time extracting a hidden folder. Inside, a 47-second clip of CCTV footage. It showed Senator Blake walking through an underground corridor. He was speaking to a man in a black suit who was carrying what looked like a severed microphone. The file name omit_frame was clear. This wasn't just about dirty politics. It was about erasing facts, rewriting narratives. Miles reached out to someone he never thought he'd contact again, Elise Garber, his former rival and Pulitzer-winning whistleblower now living off-grid. They hadn't spoken in 10 years, not since Elise exposed an NSA wiretap ring and vanished. She responded within minutes. "I've seen that hallway. It's not in DC. It's beneath a decommissioned Cold War facility in Virginia. Echo is real." The message came with coordinates and a warning: come alone. Bring nothing connected to the Sentinel. At 2:43 a.m., Miles deleted his local files, packed a penlight, a recorder, and headed for a place no journalist should ever find themselves. Inside the story. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Buried Truth, because some stories are too dangerous to stay untold. Miles Barrett had been an editor for over 20 years, a man who prided himself on truth and deadlines. He worked for the Sentinel, a respected but fading national newspaper, and kept his moral compass intact long after many of his colleagues had traded theirs for higher paychecks or political leverage. One day in early spring, as the newsroom buzzed with talk of an upcoming election scandal, Miles received an anonymous envelope. It contained a flash drive. Inside it, a 12-minute audio file. A private recording of Senator Howard Blake, one of the most influential men in Washington, speaking about something called the closure file. and more chillingly, about a clean way to remove noise from the press. Miles paused the recording. His pulse raced. It wasn't just scandalous. It was premeditated. He called Julia Tran, a young investigative reporter he trusted. The two decided not to alert the legal team or even the editor-in-chief, not yet. That night, Julia tracked down a former security contractor who used to work in Senator Blake's campaign. He refused to speak on the phone but agreed to meet her. In person, he didn't show up. Instead, Julia found a small white envelope taped to her car windshield. It was sealed with a piece of blue wax and one word typed in all caps. Echo.at 1:37 a.m. Julia texted Miles, "We are not chasing a scandal. We are inside a system. Tell no one."